Hey, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead, and I have really got my days and nights mixed up. I will blame it on my sleep being interrupted, first by the dogs who are reacting to some coyotes that have been around for a while. So I put them out, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock this morning. They didn't come back. That kept me awake because we live right on the highway. And so I went back to sleep, and I was woke up by somebody pretty early this morning. Went back to sleep, and then this afternoon, right in the middle of a dream, I was woke up. I don't know, does it happen with you when I'm woke up out of a dream? It seems like that's my deepest sleep, and I am super droggy. So I unloaded the dishwasher, got it ready to load with jars because I really need to do my grape juice today. And I want to do apples, prepare them too. So, you know, when I finally got up, it was like 4:30, got my shower. It's 5:30 almost now, and I'm finally ready. So the first thing that I've got is the bottom part of my steamer juicer. I just put that on. I don't know if you've seen these before. The front of it looks terrible. Here, let's try showing you this picture. I don't know if you've seen this before. These are a 3-layer pan situation. And so in the bottom part, I put the water. I'll show you the next part. Okay, this is the next part. It has a hose on it, and it kind of looks like a funnel on the inside, which it really is. So I'm just going to rinse this out real quick because it's been storing for a long time, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, that's perfect. Now this will go down into that first pan, and there is a little cutout section for this part right here to fit into. So that goes on there, fits really nicely. I can see that I can add more hot water. I have a tendency to run this dry accidentally. We're going to put some more hot water in it. Constantly running this thing dry is going to shorten the lifespan of my pan. I wouldn't say they're earth-shattering expensive, but they're not really cheap, and why wreck your equipment? Okay, so I think I was about 4.5 cups of water short. That's pretty good. The next thing that we use is the strainer. And inside of the strainer, I'm going to put my grapes. Oops, forgot to rinse it. move this out of my way, and I'm going to get the first load of grapes in. I picked all these grapes from our vines day before yesterday. Well, actually we eaten quite a few of them because they are really delicious. And using a steamer juicer could not be any simpler. You just fill it up. This makes a very rich and delicious 100% orange juice, good grief, grape juice. I don't add sugar or anything, it doesn't need it at all. As this softens up these grapes, I will be able to reload it with some more. How easy this is. Like I said, these are really good. Really good. Okay. I just got to put the lid on it. Which I have to locate. So while I go locate that, I will put this on pause and I will be back in just a little while. Okay, I found my lid. I had put it with my other canners, so there it is, right on there now. The next step I'm going to do, move this hose a little out of the way, was we washed and sterilized our juice jars. And I'm going to show you what I use. And then we're going to put them in the oven so that they will be very hot also. So let me turn that on. Bake. And I think 165 is good, and start. So already I got in my oven and I lowered the rack down and put a very large cookie sheet in there so that I would have a flat surface. So like I said, the jars have all been taken care of. I'm going to show you the type of jars I use. I use recycled juice jars. A few years ago I found organic apple juice in these that was marked down to 99 cents, which was insanely cheap for apple juice. And then I saved them. They have lids. They have rubbers in them. I'll show you that. So they just have lids that have rubbers in them, a rubbery surface. So that will reseal time after time after time. So for 99 cents, if I paid that for the apple juice, it was a steal. And then I got all these jars basically for free. But I need to heat them up so that they will match the temperature of the juice when it comes into it. I have lots of these jars. Not sure how many I will get of these. I'm guessing maybe 10 jars, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to heat up a bunch. I may also do some apple juice today.
lots of green ones out there.
Cool. My friend Patina has been bringing in peppers. You want to show us some of the peppers you got? I got the camera set up right here. Kind of stand where I am. Show some of the peppers. So these are the mini bells. These are jalapenos, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I have?
Yellow bell pepper and the red bell pepper.
Red and yellow bell peppers, and the sizes of them are really nice. So just show them that. Just go ahead and walk up closer. Look at the size of that pepper. Is that perfect? So we've got those. The yellows are a little bit smaller, but again, there's nothing to cry about that, huh?
Yeah.
So
And there's lots more out there.
really,
Lots more.
wow, so that's great. So far today, Patina has picked apples very high in a tree, peppers, tomatoes. Anything else, honey?
Yellow zucchini.
Oh, zucchini and stuff. Yeah, we need to turn out bringing that into. I'm going to put that into a like a spaghetti sauce. And yesterday she got the pears that I could not reach at the top of the tree, and they were gigantic. Want to bring one of those huge pears? And there are a couple of them, and they can see those. Yeah, real close. Look at the size of those. Isn't that great? Thank you, Patina.
Yeah.
So they would have fallen down if it hadn't been for Patina. So I'm super thankful. She's always Johnny on the spot helping. I think she really loves the garden. And she's really sweet because, let me tell you, this is a sign of sweetness. You want me to, here, let's see if you know the sign. Do you know what the sign of sweetness is? The sign of sweetness to me is, come a little closer so I can see your face, is she will pick raspberries that both her and I love, and she will bring me some in. God bless her.
That's what I was going to pick next, actually.
Oh, there she's going out to pick raspberries next, so that is so cool. So I'm going to let you guys go for now, and we'll come back when we're ready to put juice in jars. Okay, the grapes are beginning to cook down now, and I went looking for my grandpa's old wooden chair, which is what I've always put in front of the oven, and that's what I put the jars on top because they're going to be really, really hot. And I don't know what happened to it. It's so strange. So I've got this metal trash can. I'm just going to put it upside down. We use it for ashes from the wood stove. I'll just put it upside down, and it will work just fine. So we're getting closer. I can add some more grapes right now. I'll just kind of tilt my camera so you can see what it begins to look like. Sorry, I'm all tangled up here. So that's just kind of what it begins to look like. It begins to take the color out of the grapes, and that's okay, because all that goodness is going to go into, sorry about this, going to go right into the grape juice. There, now we're crooked. Let me see if I can get this just slightly adjusted. I think that will do. Okay, so time to put some more grapes on that. Again, this is such an easy process. And you definitely know what you're getting in your grape juice. I feel really sad when I see people giving their kids and themselves like grape drinks, which if we're lucky, has 10% grape juice. It's mostly a sugar water. So that's disappointing. Pressing this down a little bit. Just had a grape hit my foot. So. Isn't this easy? So while this is cooking down again, I thought I would tell you something that happened this week that I didn't want to happen, but it's one of those things that does happen on the homestead, especially when you live so close to a major highway like I do. I don't know if it's major, but it's a highway. We have lots of traffic, as you know, if you've watched my programs. Well, the other evening, one of my new Muscovy ducks got out into the road, and it got hit while I was outside in the garden. And when I came around, Jason told me that someone had just hit my duck, and I went out with him, and it was dead. It was still very warm. It had just happened. And so I brought it in and dressed it. Now, if you had known me years ago or even last year, you would have never believed that I would do these things. But I've just really embraced this idea of homesteading, being as sustainable as possible, and not letting anything waste. So I gotta tell you, I just skinned the duck, and duck skin is, for me, was really hard to cut into. I don't know, it was tough. I skinned it, and that went into my compost. It will break down like everything else before next year. And got it all cleaned up, and I roasted it. Rinsed it really well to get all the blood out, of course, and I roasted it. It is a super dark meat, really, really dark meat. And so I'm not a fan of really dark meat. When I read about it, they said it tastes, to many people, kind of similar to a beef, or with a little bit of a taste maybe of liver. So anyhow, I made that today, or I made that on that day. I think it was the day before yesterday. And today, because it's kind of a tough meat, I had finished deboning the duck, and I had chopped it up, and I put it in a blender along with a little bit of gravy and made a pate. Pates are not the most beautiful thing in the world, but I'll show it to you. So this is the pate on a biscuit that I made today for my family and the people that are here. And so far, only one person's tried it. Everybody's busy, but he really liked it. He said it had its own distinct taste, and so we'll just see. I mean, I guess I can, let me try just a little edge. I'll tell you what I think. But then again, no, I'm not a fan of dark meat. So let me just get a little piece here. I would say this tastes very much, to me, like a roast beef, now that it has that gravy mixed in with it. Actually, it's pretty good. I like it. So, that's my story for today. So we'll just keep processing, and we'll be back on the next step. Okay, juice is ready to begin extracting. Got a couple juice jars out of the oven. You just stick this little hose inside of here, And I thought it was going to fit on this box. It's not. So I got to get something higher. I'll be back. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this pot, put it on top of my can. Sure do miss my chair. And we'll begin filling it up. I'll have to try to tilt this down for you to see. I can get it off. There we go. Okay, so really simple procedure. Into the jar. I just release this and hot juice. Oh, that smells good. Begins filling up my jar. That one's done. Let's get the second one. Here's the second one. This is scalding hot. I'm just gonna tilt that. Back up, Ruby. And let that begin going. Ruby's such a snoop. The steam is really, really hot. If you look at the hose, once I clamp it, it goes back up. All I have to do now is wipe off the edges. I've got a paper towel right here. Wipe off the rim of the jar. And I'll put on the caps. Okay. A couple caps, just put those on nice and tight. That's it. That's all there is to making the juice. Do the second one. I'll put some more grapes in to the thing. Anyhow, that's it. So hope you enjoyed this little video, and I just want to say, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Push that like button, and I would love comments. What are you canning right now? Or what do you think about canning? All right, well, whatever you do, keep dreaming.